I just wanted to offer some quick insight to anybody trying to change the fuel tank straps on an E34. A lot of places online you'll see a lot of online tutorials and videos. You'll see that you have to go under the bumper, so in sort of this orientation, to remove the screws on the fuel tank straps, which is true. I personally found it easier to remove the bumper to do this because the bumper only takes 20 minutes or so to remove, and it allows access from this angle, which makes it a lot easier. Now a lot of places will just leave it there. You unbolt it in the front and it unhooks in the back and it comes off just like that. However, it is a little bit more complicated than that, I found, and I just wanted to make a quick video detailing that because I thought it'd be useful. So once you have it unbolted in the front, and I put jack stands under it just in case, just to hold it in place while replacing the straps. I didn't trust either strap on either side, especially since they fell apart like that. They definitely weren't capable of holding it themselves. I put jack stands underneath.
So let's see
Once it's jacked up, if you come back here under the car, you'll see there was a heat shield here. It's this heat shield right here. I can get a better camera angle of it in a second. It slid in between the differential and the fuel tank. I think it was a heat shield. It was some sort of protector shield between the two. But anyway, it bolted in 4 places. You can make out 2 of the bolts right there on one side. There's... Ooh, I wish I had the flashlight. You can make out 1 more there, and there's 1 right above it. And over here, you have this heat shield. It bolted on 2 places on the side. And the thing is, you have to remove this heat shield between the differential and the fuel tank if you actually want to be able to get the straps off. Because if you can see, up there where it ends, it just hooks over a piece of metal, and it's like that on both sides. But with the heat shield in the way, it's impossible to remove that. But once you get that removed, it just unhooks in the back, and they come off nice and easy. And then if you're like me, you can cheap out and make your own fuel tank straps because it's a lot cheaper. I think the new ones are around $100. These pieces of metal, they're just 4-foot strips of zinc or steel-plated zinc that I bought from Home Depot. It was like $7 for each one, so that saved some money. But yeah, it just hooks in the back, and then you screw it back in the front like you normally would. And again, it helps to remove the bumper, because I believe when I was looking under there with the bumper on, it looked like it would be nearly impossible to remove it without some attachments on, some universal joint attachments on your socket wrench. So that definitely made it a lot easier. One other thing about removing the heat shield, it is quite hard. In fact, I haven't managed to get it back on yet, which is why I decided to film real quick, because I thought it'd be useful for other people trying to take it off, and I could show it without it on. But back there, the 1 bolt on the top, the one further up, that one's pretty easy. That one you can use a socket wrench. This one further down, you have this piece getting in the way of it, so I don't think a socket wrench is possible. If I recall correctly, I had to use an actual wrench, and I think it's 10 mil the size. I'm not sure on that, but I think it was 10 mil. These ones were both easy, except for the one on the top where I think I had to use a hand wrench again. And back here, for these 2, which you can't really see, the one on the bottom was easy. The one in the back, I thought I couldn't use a socket wrench. You can actually use one, I guess just depending on the size. I had to really cram mine in there to get it in there, but it worked a lot better. And one other thing, I actually don't know what this is. I had to unbolt that clamp holding it in place to be able to get back here, but that was easy. If you don't do that though, it's impossible to get to the other bolt. And yeah, once you have those 6 bolts off, it just comes right off, the heat shield / differential shield, and the straps come off nice and easy. And it makes your work a lot easier. So I hope that helps.